What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. After Sound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here in this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. This video is also brought to you by two things. Since we don't do any sponsorships here on the channel, I'll show them out real quick. The first is my music, which is available anywhere you stream music under the name After Sound, and the second is a new podcast I just launched called Chasing Infinity. Links in the description below. Check them out. Let me know what you think, and I appreciate the support. All right, guys, we have the new Voucher promo card stats introducing Ulfga the Blighted. I mean, what a name. Ulfga. I'm going to have trouble with that just like all of the other Rebellion cards at this point. Now, we got the full stats and we got the voucher price. So let's go ahead and jump in. Obviously, this is coming in on December 10th to the Lyra's and Lorne's store. This exclusive voucher shop. There's only one thing in there as of right now. But here are the stats. So we have a 5 mana, 4 speed, 7 armor, 6 health unit, dragon unit, right? This is legendary, so confirmed legendary. Now, here's the thing. It has the no weapons training or non-weapons training available. It has rebirth at the base level, right? So actually, if let's take a look here. The stats on the armor, okay, the stats on the health and speed don't change. The armor only goes up at level 3 and then again at level 4. So it's really just abilities added. Now at the base level, this thing you cannot weapons train it, and it has rebirth. Then at silver level, and I know the leagues don't really matter anymore, but at level 2, that's when you get this new Poison Burst ability. So this is better than Mana Warden. They didn't give it at the first level, which I think is good. But the later levels are interesting. And I know there's been a lot of conversation about this, but I think I feel the same way. It's almost too underwhelming at the later levels. You have Weaken at gold, right? And then again, you get an additional armor. And then Slow at the higher levels, at max level, which you get, again, another additional armor. So I know there's been a lot of discussion about this. People are not necessarily happy, or they're not impressed with it at the higher levels. And this is exactly what I was talking about, where I'm just like, I want this card to be so good at max level that it's like enticing me to get it. Now, they did at least make it so that, to me, the desirable part, which is this Poison Burst, right, this new ability, is going to be the is going to be at silver level. So it will require you to get 3 BCX rather than just a single BCX, and the BCX are going to cost significantly more. I'll get into that in a moment. But it's just like, how do you get people like? Getting it to max level is almost 4 times the amount in terms of BCX, right? From 3 cards at level 2 to 11 cards at max level. And it's just like, I mean, slow is good. Obviously, speed is part of the meta, right? Weaken is always welcomed, but they're like, it's a good support card, but the support abilities are just not like, I don't know. Like the other option would be, what if you change the Poison Burst only at max level? Well, then, I mean, that really takes that takes a lot away from people who just want like lower levels of the card, right? And I get that. So I kind of like the fact that Poison Burst is at level 2. It's forcing people who want to get this cool new ability to get it, to get it to level 2, which is a significant amount of vouchers, right? So, and like I said, we'll get into that in a second. But I would love to see a reason to get into either level 3 and, of course, get to level 4. Like if it just had something, I don't know, something crazy. We were talking about like Martyr, for example. Like if it offered Martyr somehow, or I've seen other options thrown out there in Discord that people were saying Redemption would be cool, right? Especially because like that would make a ton of sense for it to have Rebirth and Redemption. You could also throw in Taunt was another one that I heard, right? Just make sure that it is one of the first units that's killed. So I don't know. There's just so many other things that could be done. Obviously, I don't think that they're going to make any changes at this point. This card is set to come out in less than 24 hours from the time that I'm recording this video, but it does leave a lot to be desired at the higher levels, and I think that's a little disappointing. That being said, I am excited to potentially get this card. Now, let's talk about the price. First of all, if you're into the lore at all, which I highly recommend, just know that Ulfgar the Blighted is somewhat related, not familial, but Dr. Blight gets a name drop in her in her thing here, which is pretty cool. So for anybody who's following along, lots of really cool lore stuff. Shout out to the creative team. So we get all of that. Trump here says Ulfgar is going to be huge. And then where is the cost? Okay, so she will run you 1,500 vouchers for a single BCX. Now, that is significantly higher than what we had previously for Mana Warden. But keep in mind, I'm doing this with the rarity adjustment, right? So the way that I had been saying it, like for Mana Warden, if you were just to get like a single BCX card, it would be 1,000, or what? Let me not say single BCX for a max copy of the card, right? You had 400 for a rare, 400 BCX required, multiplied by 30 vouchers, which is 12,000. You divide that by 11, right? Which is the max BCX that you would need for a max copy of a legendary card, and that would get you to about 1,090. So it's significantly higher than that, about 410 vouchers higher than that. So max copies of this card will be significantly higher than anybody who bought a max copy of Mana Warden. But similar to Mana Warden, I don't know that many people are going to be like itching and rushing to get into a max copy of this card, as we were talking about earlier. Now, if you want to get a gold foil, a guaranteed gold foil, you will have to buy 25 cards, which is kind of wild to think about at the at the legendary level, because that's like more than 2 max copies at that point. Although every card that you do buy has a 4% chance of being gold foil, so just keep that in mind. Voucher's sitting at around a penny right now. That puts these cards at like $15 per BCX. For a promo, I don't think that that's bad, right? In fact, I think it's actually quite comparable compared to the other promo cards that are selling for 50,000 DEC, which is like $50 with DEC at PEG, or $40 with where DEC is right now. But like I said, I'm excited for this card. I want it to come out. Hopefully no Voucher LP issues the way that we had when everything first launched. I don't know, man. I just wish like there was a reason to get it to like, level 3 or level 4. But at least for me, now I know like, okay, well, I only need to get this to level 3. And my strategy, at least early on, just to be fully transparent with you guys, I sold all my vouchers already. Vouchers pumped from like less than a penny to 1.1 cents, I think right now. Mainly because my expectation is there's going to be a lot of extra on the marketplace, similar to what we saw with Mana Warden. And the strategy here is that people want gold foil copies. So I do believe that there may be some people out there, especially the whales, who are holding a lot of vouchers. And we'll do that in a separate video. I want to go through the rich list just to see what this will look like in terms of voucher impact. But the whales out there may end up buying, 25 copies at a time to try and get their maxed gold foil, which would be only 4 BCX, but still, that can run pretty expensive, which means there could be some extra copies on the marketplace. And if that doesn't happen, then of course I will always go back in and buy the vouchers as needed, because let's say the sale slows down, voucher prices go down, or worst case scenario, I just start loading up on the vouchers that I have. I get vouchers every day for staking SPS and for holding node licenses. So for anybody who's interested in collecting vouchers, having some stake in the game and helping to decentralize the game with the validator licenses is a great way to do that. But that's all I have for you guys in this video. I'm very, very curious to get your thoughts. Let me know if you agree or disagree on my analysis when it comes to the card stats, what you guys think about the price overall. But other than that, I will catch you all in the next one and see you around the game. Take care.